Welcome to No Stats, where we call it how we see it.
Back again with another one.
Yes, sir, bro. And today, we got to talk about this whole Ja Morant incident or incidents, right? And we'll let the viewers in, on our insiders and how we talk offline. So we didn't want to get into this when it first started, right? Because we understand that young guys are going to make mistakes, and we understand the culture and stuff like that. So we was like, we don't want to jump in and bash Ja. Let's give him a chance, But in the recent news with him already being suspended for the first incident, and this is multiple incidents, right? You had the incident at the Foot Locker, incident at the Pacers game, incident at a volleyball game, and then his friend's IG Live, he was flashing a gun again. And that was looking like people calling for him to be suspended for the whole season. So before I give my take and opinion on the situation, bro, I'm going to let you go and give me your thoughts on Ja.
Disappointment, man. That's like the word that stands out just because it's a player of his caliber, superstar in this league, and he has such a big following. It's so many kids and guys that see him and put him on that pedestal of wanting to be him. And the thing I see floating around is like, oh, you act like guys in the league can't have guns, or what if he's licensed to carry? And I'm like, what NBA players do you see flashing guns? Like, out of all the years watching the NBA, which we heard about the Gilbert Arenas and Javaris Critton, whatever his name is, having the guns in the locker room. But we didn't see that. And I know social media wasn't as big as it was then. But it's like, you don't see that. You don't carry yourself like that when you have a franchise riding on your back. And I just feel bad for the Memphis Grizzlies. I feel bad for the league because it's like, as the Memphis Grizzlies organization, this is your guy right here. And now this messes up everything that you guys want to do for next season. Y'all already lost in the first round. You already lost Ja for a couple games in that playoff that was crucial, that played into seeding. And then now you're going to lose him for, I would say he's going to at least get half the season without pay. You're going to lose him then, and who knows, this plays into, I heard Jalen Rose said, this is going to play into who you're drafting, what you want to do this offseason, your rotations, like all this, like the direction that you're going in, you got to scrap all that shit now, and now you're heading into a new direction. And it's just like, bro, I don't get it. Like, even me being Ja, I'm telling my man's like, yo, why the fuck are you even, what are you doing, bro? I just got in, his man should even know that shit. And it's like, soon as he got the video on, it's like I can't even be mad at his mans because Ja didn't start out the video with the gun in his hands. He just pulled it out and started. For what, bro? For what?
Yeah, bro.
For what?
Yeah, bro. And that was my initial reaction was when it first came, when the news first surfaced, I thought it was old news. Like, I had to check the date. I thought it was, they said Ja, flashed the gun, da-da-da. I'm like, this already happened. So the fact that it happened again was just like wild to me, right? And everything you said is true. Number one, where's your real friends at? Get me off your IG, and why are you carrying a gun? And I love that point you made about guns. It's not about the gun, right? Everybody, I'm not gonna make it a political stance, but it don't matter about guns. You can have a gun, that's fine, but it's about why are you flashing it? You know what I mean? That makes no sense. What are you trying to prove? What
You're
persona?
A hooper.
That's what I'm saying. Leave that tough guy, that rapper, that tough guy, that street stuff alone, man. You're making millions of dollars and a chance to make even more, and now you're jeopardizing your future by this. I hate dudes that try to act tough or portray a certain lifestyle when it's not necessary. Dudes with guns and real gangsters and dudes that operate and move around in these streets like that, they try to move quiet, bro. You know what I mean? And take action if it's necessary. Outside of, the rappers and stuff like that. But, I don't know, bro. He needs some people in his camp to be real with him, bro. If that was you and you was making $50 million a year or $40 million a year, whatever the case may be, and you did some shit like that, bro, we got to rumble.
You said
real
this,
rap.
you said this on tape last time too.
Yeah, bro. I'm not letting you. And I guess people are scared to they don't want to jeopardize the money, right? Because if you say something to Ja could be like, yo, like what? Now you're not hanging with me no more. Now, you know, and all of that. Man, forget all of that. That's why I said where your real friends at, bro? Because I'm telling you, bro. Me and Ja would have had to squabble.
Bro, what do you think is like? What do you think is going through his mind, bro? I don't get it. The first incidents, the shit that's going on, all right, cool, you feeling yourself. But once the noise started to like die down, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You going through some nut shit like this
again,
bro.
and he's and this is not an excuse, but he's young, right? He's immature. He's a young guy, bro, and we know the influence that the culture and rap music and, you know, NBA Youngboy and these guys.
He was listening to fucking NBA Youngboy.
You know, but this is where I'm saying your support system, bro, your support cast. Like, I get Young, but Young is only an excuse for so long, right? Your dad's sitting of course, out of all the games. He's signing signatures. He want to fight Shannon Sharp and all of this. When are you going to be like, yo, son? You know, or are you scared to jeopardize the money as well? You still want to sit courtside?
I'm wondering where he's at because I haven't seen no statement from him or nothing. Or like, doesn't seem like he gives a fuck anyway, Mr. Usher.
Yeah, bro. And then apparently that Foot Locker incident I heard the other day, that his mom was the one who called him up there to handle the situation. So it's like, as parents, bro, you can't condone that type of stuff. You got a future, man. You impacting so many people's lives, right? You taking care of people. You letting people see new things, right? Your friends at the game and all of this. And then this is the last topic I'm gonna bring up. And then the Pacers incident, bro. Did you hear about that? He got into it with some Pacers players or something, I believe. And then when they was boarding the bus at the end, there was they was talking trash and, you know, we'll see tough guy talk after the game. Mm-hmm. And there was like red lights coming from guns flashing on the Pacers bus. But the NBA said, you know, we can't prove that it was Ja or anything like that or where the red lights were coming from. But it's just like, it's just too much surfacing around your name, right? One incident, it could be like, all right, you know, and that's what we spoke about. Let's let it rock, you know, let Ja get himself right. But now, man, it's spiraling out of hand. It's spiraling out of control, bro. Ja, you don't need to be tough, man.
At all.
Like, it's cool. Go get that money, man. Being that tough, that shit played out.
He's a superstar, get some money, man. Let's like, you're. If you was, I think people wouldn't even care if you was just some regular bull. But you're not. You're Ja Morant. You one day are in that. You're in that category of being like the face of the league, but you're not carrying yourself like that. You gotta carry yourself like that. You're a franchise. You have a franchise on your back. And for you to be making stupid decisions like this, like, it just doesn't sit right. I seen something that wouldn't even be surprised if Memphis tried to trade him, which I would be surprised if they did.
Yeah.
But it's like, shit, how can you trust the guy, man?
What do you think is like a suitable punishment for him? Some people call him for the whole year. Some people call him for half the year.
I don't think he needs the whole year, but
because I mean, technically, he didn't break any laws.
He didn't,
right? But for
the
just
league, the image that the league wants to continue to create. And Adam Silver said it yesterday. He was like, you know, you have tens of millions of followers, and you don't know what type of influence. You could influence 5 of those kids, and 1 out of those 5 kids, and this is my take, 1 out of those 5 kids could take what you're doing and think it's cool, and then they're down a path of dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is why your man LeBron is, you know, he has that GOAT status, because it's never no bullshit off the court. You know what I'm saying? You don't see superstars in that type of bullshit. You don't see Steph Curry doing this shit. You don't see Kevin Durant doing this shit. You don't see Harden doing this shit. You don't see Embiid doing this shit. You don't see Jokic, Giannis. You don't see none of them doing any of this type of dumb shit. But yet, all you see around him is the guns, the shit with the strip club. And like, yeah, granted, you could do that shit. But I'm like, yo, how is people getting these images
of you so much?
Yo, like,
bro. And the LeBron thing, bro, and I don't want to make this about LeBron, but it's just phenomenal, right? Because we talk about Ja, it's a dad, and things like that. But LeBron's a guy that grew up without a father figure, right? Played high schools, went straight from high school to the league. You talk about young, all of that attention, the next Jordan, the greatest high school player ever. Could have been the first pick his junior year of high school. Like, the chosen one, the person that's going to save the NBA, and to come in and keep your nose clean and to be able to grow into that mature adult without who's LeBron's Greg Popovich coach or Phil Jackson. Like, he came into, had a whole organization and city on his back, and up until now has kept his nose clean and been a model citizen. So that's a hats off to him. But I do want to say something that I heard Colin Cowherd say before we wrap up on this Ja thing. He spoke on the comparison between the NFL and the NBA, and how they protect their brands. And he took a deeper dive into college, right? In the NFL, you have to do 3 years of college, right? So you are representing a brand. You learn how to move and carry yourself a certain way where you don't jeopardize the brand of yourself or the program or organization that you're playing for, instead of one and done. Right, Ja could be a guy you've always been a guy. You never had to put a organization or a brand and be responsible for that as well. Everything's been about you. So 1 year, Murray State, and you're into the league. These football guys that go to Alabama or even on a small level, bro, D3, D2, they have to carry themselves a certain way. So when they get in the NFL, they already know how to be a part of a team and making sure they're not jeopardizing that team. And if you do in the NFL, you're going. They don't. The NFL is going to protect their brand by any means. Mm-hmm. And it's a little different with the NBA. And Colin Cowherd was saying maybe these guys need to spend more years growing up and maturing in college, have some responsibilities, make those small mistakes. If you are, the perfect ideal is none. In college, learn from them, be punished, have a coach or assistant coach or counselor, somebody to help you realize some things before you get all of this money. And
not know what to do with it, man. Bro, that's a phenomenal take, bro. Like, these kids gotta be groomed a little bit longer. And I feel like the NBA take a look at it. As far as like punishment wise, I think he's gonna get half the season. I think Adam Silver is gonna send a message. I mean, if you look at the Grizzlies of the past without Morant, I mean, they could be sustainable. They could sustain maybe, if he gets 41 games, he gets half the season, 41. The Grizzlies might could get 19 wins, 20 wins out of those 40, maybe split them. So at least the franchise still have them last 40 games to kick up, but who knows what Ja be doing within that time, because he's going to have to get his legs back on him. He's going to have to get back to the NBA pace. But it's putting dents and stunts in his career, setting him back from taking them strides that he had when, he was taking the Warriors to the brink in that playoffs 2 years ago. And it's just like he hasn't built off none of that shit yet.
You know what? Sorry, bro. I don't want to cut you off quickly. You know what Memphis needs to do? Their team is too young. They need some veterans. They need some old heads in there to have Ja, some PJ Tuckers, some Draymond Greens, some LeBron James, some guys that's going to be there and tell Ja, yo, listen, you throwing it. I've been there. I understand. I come from the same walks of life as you, but it ain't worth it. Which I think that's vital for them. They're too young, bro.
Young. That's an AAU team over there, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Okay. Nah, bro. I gotta know, bro. Like, if you in Ja's circle, like if you his mans, like, how are you approaching Ja?
Bro, after a while, bro, it's like that's why I said he needs somebody in his camp to actually talk to him, bro. What are you doing? You know what I mean? And I don't know if that's the case, but if that's not working, bro, as a friend, you gotta you might have to knock a few teeth down his throat, bro. Seriously, bro, because like he gonna be upset. Maybe we can whatever. It's coming out of love. It's not like I'm fighting you just to fight you. I love you, you're my brother, but you're making these dumb mistakes. So I'm gonna be kicked off the Cancun, the vacation list. I can't go to the clubs with you. You're gonna be mad at me, right? But 10 years, 5 years, hopefully sooner from now, you're going to go, yo, you was the only one that cared about me. So if I was in that...
I was going to ask you, though, bro, are you talking in the mix of you hitting him? Like, what's your approach? Like,
you... bro. Like, if he pulled the gun out again and I'm with him, it's going to be, yo, what the hell are you doing? The punch and the words come together. And then if you know, like I said, like if brothers fight, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you know I'm not going for that. Like you got too many people counting on you. It's not about me. It's about you. It's coming out of love. You know what I mean? I'm not fighting you just to fight you. But sometimes you gotta let dudes know, like, yo, bro, you drawn. If word's not doing enough and the NBA threatening you and suspending you game and you losing money not doing enough, then I'm gonna punch you. He said you need your ass. I'm gonna punch you in your mouth. And we can figure everything else later. You know? And like I said, it's not coming from a tough perspective. It's just love, bro. It's love, I do the same thing for my brother. You know what I mean?
He need that. He needs that. He needs somebody to put their foot in his ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
let him know.
Bro.
They go up in there, shit a sneaker for a week.
If you would have made the league, Peach, and this was you, bro, I'd have had you in an ankle lock for 35 minutes. Oh, 35 minutes.
Fucking Kurt Angle.